New software developers are complaining about not having a chance to get jobs anymore, and some of the comments I've received in my videos are: jobs are now exported to the south, there are too many applications for a job, and junior developers don't get hired anymore. Some of these statements are true to some extent and others are completely false. So is it the end for new software developers, and should you stop pursuing a career in software development? Hey friends, I'm Esteban and I've been working as a software engineer in the EU and the UK now for more than 5 years, and I happen to have been in your position in the past. That's why I'm here to help you land your first developer job. In my opinion, there are 3 main reasons why new software developers don't make it as professional software developers. You either complain about competition, not having enough time to study, or you think junior developers are simply not hired anymore. Okay, let's talk about competition. If you have been following the news in the software development job market, it is no surprise for you to know that things got a bit more challenging since many layoffs started happening in 2023. The market is not as easy as it was before, that's true. Previously, developers had it easier to get a job because there were way too many jobs. Now this has changed a bit and developers need to prepare more. But what does that mean for you? Well, you might need to study harder, you might need a good CV, and ideally you should have a portfolio. Before you could get away having at least one of these, but now it seems to be more of a requirement to check each of these boxes. I remember when I started hunting for junior developer jobs back in 2017, there were lots of jobs. I was for sure studying a lot, but I don't necessarily think that I had a good CV or a good portfolio. In all honesty, I don't think there were so many resources available to study and learn development as now. Anyway, the point is that yes, you might see more people applying for a job now. This is not a surprise after software development got more popular due to companies not fulfilling their roles and many people promoting developer jobs. But if you think about it, this happens in many other industries or professions. I think this is the price we have to pay for all the other good benefits that being a developer gives you, like rapid progression, high salaries, flexible schedules, and remote jobs. Well, at least if you landed a decent company anyway. I wanted to make a small comparison of professions here, which I think is very important to give perspective on why you should pursue a career in software development as long as you like it and you want to make perhaps an extra effort to get that job. Before I continue folks, I would hugely appreciate it if you like this video and subscribe to the channel. I would love to keep bringing more videos like this to you and help you in your development journey. Oh yeah, I forgot, I have a newsletter, especially for those of you who want to get into software development. Feel free to sign up for it. I've left the link on the description of the video. Okay, back to the video. According to Glassdoor in London, UK, the average salary of a doctor is around 50k per year. Now, if you think about it, a doctor must have the chance or luck to go to a university, which in some countries you have to pay for, and not only that, getting into the career itself is not a piece of cake. A doctor in the UK, for example, should study for around 10 years to become a GP or general practitioner, and 14 years if they wish to become a surgeon. Now, doing the same comparison for software engineers. According to Glassdoor in London, UK, the average salary of a software engineer is around 58k per year. A software engineer doesn't necessarily have to go to uni or don't necessarily have to study computer science. It could be a tech-related career or not even related at all. A software engineer can be self-taught and get a job after around 6 months or 1 year of studying development. I think this comparison is a great example of the beauty of becoming a software engineer and the freedom you have. Obviously, in a certain way, as there is less friction to learn development and become a software engineer, then it will be more challenging to get a job. So what I'm trying to say here, folks, is yes, it won't be that easy. There will be competition, as there is competition in many other professions. But at the same time, you'll be rewarded for your efforts, as many other professions won't. Time to study. Okay, I'll be brief with this one. As the market becomes more competitive, this also means that you'll need to study more. Here there are no more excuses complaining about not having the time to study. I was reading the book The Millionaire Fast Lane, which by the way I recommend to anyone into entrepreneurship, and the author mentioned something I took with me and I think you should too. There are different types of universities in life. There is waiting room university, commuting university, toilet university, and any other little free time you might spare. Going back in time, I actually studied in all of these universities without realizing. I had another full-time job before I became a professional developer, and I used to study in any free time I could find available. And yeah, this meant sacrificing weekends, chill nights, and best Netflix series releases. Actually, even nowadays I'm participating in most of these universities, creating content for this channel, studying and working a full-time developer job, and so on. If you put in the time and the effort, I assure you, you will be rewarded. Just be patient and keep applying. Okay, this is a big statement. Junior developers don't get hired anymore. Let's have a look at this job vacancy trend from 2005 and 2024 for junior software engineers I found on itjobswatch.co.uk. First, we have this pre-COVID period. So from 2005 to around 2012, the proportion of job postings remained relatively stable with slight fluctuations. Then between 2012 and 2019, there was a noticeable increase in job postings, peaking around 2018. Then we entered in the COVID-19 period. In early 2020, there was a significant spike in the proportion of job postings. This probably reflected the shifts toward digital transformation and remote work from companies, increasing the demand for IT roles overall. After this initial spike, there was a sharp decline towards the end of 2020 as well. Then, around the post-COVID period, the trend shows a substantial increase in job postings around 2021 and early 2022, likely due to economic recovery efforts and the acceleration of digital initiative. So this is the period where there was this gold rush to get into tech and become a software engineer because companies were hiring a lot. Later, reality hit us all and companies realized their expectations were too high, and soon enough they had to let go a lot of developers at the end of 2022 and 2023. Hence, a couple of massive layoffs happened. Now in 2024, as predictions have mentioned, the job market seems to be going back to normal and we seem to be more or less how we were in early 2018. By the way, I have a video where I talked about the front-end developer job market in 2024 and its predictions. I'll leave the video around here, somewhere around here, for you folks to check out. So these were job postings for junior developer roles across many years, and if you wonder why would companies hire junior developers at all, well, there are many reasons. I found this Medium article that talks about it precisely, and while there are some points I don't necessarily agree with, I think money difference or salary is an obvious and very important reason. So this article says, and I quote, "Senior programmers are supposed to be getting paid more than junior programmers." This is true, of course, but then it says, "Most employers don't even call everyone for interviews as they filter out based on the last salary. A competent, talented junior developer will have a more significant ROI than a senior." This is not true necessarily and is very subjective. First, not every candidate gives out their salary to their prospective employers, and second, not many junior developers care if they will earn $25 or $30K on their first job, or at least I think they shouldn't unless they have tons of companies knocking at their doors. On the other hand, a junior developer has less experience than a senior developer, so I don't think they will have a better ROI. If that's true, then this senior developer is not really a senior developer. Companies mostly hire junior developers because they already have some senior developers who can mentor these junior developers. So junior developers learn the processes, they can work on small and time-consuming tasks while seniors work on more complicated ones. So companies, in my opinion, are actually investing in junior developers while shortening courses. No need for a specialized skill set, or let's say technology knowledge is another good one. This article says, and I quote, "Senior developers are highly skilled in a particular technology and would have built that expertise over many years. However, many companies might prefer an individual with an excellent aptitude to pick up multiple technologies versus a high level of knowledge in a particular technology." I think this is a fair reason. Very experienced developers tend to stick to only one technology because they know it is difficult and time-consuming to master another one. And the advantage for junior developers here is that normally one as a junior doesn't care much about the technology as long as you are given with a chance to gain professional experience. Again, this can be honestly very subjective depending on the senior and junior developer. There are many more reasons than this, but for this video I won't extend myself. I think I've already made my point. All in all, friends, junior developers will still get hired. If you are unsure due to layoffs, then think that this can also be an opportunity for junior developers, as companies can hire this with a lower budget and make this hire a long-term investment. I recommend you to study perhaps not hard but smart, taking advantage of all the little free moments you have. Get your hard and soft skills sharp, and most importantly, don't get into software engineering if you don't like it, or it will be a loss of time invested for something you will eventually hate. The job market is getting better for developers in 2024, so soon there will be even more opportunities for us all. Whenever you lose motivation, folks, think about these 3 reasons I've given. You might be as well one step away from completely changing your life and having that flexibility you have dreamt of, or working on that project you have launched for. I hope you have enjoyed this video, folks. Subscribe, like the video, and drop me a comment. I would be happy to chat with you.